You guys, do I even know how to film? Like, what's happening? I've been sick for like a week, and here we are finally filming. This is what's new in makeup, testing new makeup, try to get ready with me, episode number 7. So if you want to see the new Nomad palette, which should have just gotten revealed, I have a bunch of new stuff that I've been meaning to test out. So we're going to do all of that today. If this is your first time on my channel, welcome. My name is Karen Harris. I like to film tan girl friendly makeup videos here on my channel. It's really chill over here, so I think that's about it. But if you want to subscribe, I mean, you can, and I would really appreciate it. But I haven't been filming. I honestly, listen, okay, come a little closer. It's my conspiracy theory that every time Nomad comes out with a new palette, I get sick. Or mostly, actually, just like everyone in my family, we all get sick. And it's literally happened. I'm going to start actually keeping a note on my phone because I swear it happened the last time they launched a palette too. And I'm just saying, I feel like there's a pattern. So, all of that to say, I am still getting my ass out of bed to film with this palette because it is so cute. So let's start off. I don't have any makeup on. I literally just put some moisturizer on, and when you're sick, what ends up happening is all of your orders just show up, like, and you can't really muster up the energy to play with anything. So I got a bunch of makeup. I was sent a bunch of makeup. I'm so excited. So I want to dig in. The first thing I ordered for myself the other day was the new Milk makeup. This is their gel tint, and I was so interested to try this. I got it in the shade number 8, which I'm not really sure, but like from the pictures, it looked like it was going to be the right shade. And it says it's a long wear gel skin tint with hydrating Clionadh acid and gripping blue agave extract for breathable, light coverage with a naturally dewy finish. I just like that it's a grip gel tint. And it's part of their like hydro line, which I am a big fan. I also have the primer, but I did put it away because I'm trying to use something else up. But yeah, this is the new, is it new? I mean, I think it's new. It's new to me, but I know a lot of people got it in PR and have already posted like wear tests and things like that. So, you know, this is just me like diving back in to the let's film a YouTube video pool. But honestly, I've been thinking recently, I don't really have like a go-to like tint, like a skin tint. I have a lot of like great full and medium coverage foundations, but I really want to find something that I can apply fast. I love that that was sealed. Hate that I just used my teeth to do that. I could have used a tweezer. But anyway, I've been wanting to find like a quick and easy, just like slap on my face and go foundation product. So this could be it. The shade though, I'm a little bit freaked out by because it looks a little light. But we'll see. Maybe I can make it work. I did try to look at the models and see like who my skin looked like, but it definitely looks very dewy. So we have that. I'm just gonna do half my face so we can see the difference. It's doing a really good job of giving me decent coverage. Like my skin looks perfected, but it's not like completely blanking it out. Sorry, I got some of it in my eyes. I'm just using my concealer brush to spread that out. But yeah, okay. I like how it looks. That's promising. Okay, so here's the side with and here's the side without. So as you can see, it's definitely like evening out my skin tone. I have like, you know, a little bit of discolorations, and like my skin isn't perfect by any means, but I think this is giving it kind of a bit of a glow up, we should say. So that's good. So let me cover up this side too, and then I want to test out a new concealer. Okay, so my nose is like really sensitive still because I've had this cold and cough combo and I've been blowing my nose a lot. It's a lot better now, but I'm not going to put like a ton of makeup on it. So if foundation. If my skin tint looks a little off today, just, you know, have some grace for me. I swear once I'm feeling top notch, I will make sure I do a better job of applying my foundation, but I just don't feel like kicking it on today. So I also got this because I love Estee Lauder Double Wear, and I don't know if they've ever had an Estee Lauder Double Wear concealer, but I love the foundation, so I was like, I gotta get the concealer because it's going to be really long wearing, I'm assuming. So this is the Double Wear Stay in Place Concealer. Got it in the shade 3W, which is lighter than what I would wear on my skin for the foundation. And I also see here that it's made in Belgium, which is interesting. I feel like I don't really see a lot of made in Belgium makeup products. And it says that this is a skin perfecting, long wearing featherweight formula that melts into skin. So I'm about that life. I like long wearing. I like skin perfecting. I like this big old doe foot. Usually I would probably wear my Sigma color corrector, but I kind of forgot. And I kind of want to see how full coverage this will be. So it's fine. I just don't really feel like testing the concealer with my Sigma Skin Perfector as well. But that blended really nicely, I think. And so here's the eye where I blended it. This is without, but I think it did a good job. I wanted to go with a bit of a lighter shade just to brighten up my under eyes a little bit. I'm so not wanting to put on tons of makeup today because, like I said, my face, my skin still feels like so dry. But I can definitely tell this concealer has that like texture of like, I'm gonna stick on your skin, which is what I really love for my under eyes. Okay, so that's that. So I did get the Wind Dancer Press Setting Powder from What's Up Beauty. So I wasn't sure which shade, so I grabbed medium and tan because they let me pick. And I don't know, like, when it comes to powder, I feel like you always want to use a shade a little bit lighter. Things can like oxidize and stuff. And then I have this shade, which is tan. This says the setting powder is talc-free, clean, non-toxic, cruelty-free, vegan, and infused with skin-loving ingredients. And I'm sure this was probably made in Italy because I feel like a lot of their products are. And it says it's available in 4 light coverage shades for $32 each. So there's light, medium, tan, and deep. And it is made in China, actually. I'm surprised because I feel like a lot of their stuff is made in Italy. This has a 12-month shelf life, and the net weight is 9 grams or 0.32 ounces. The brand sent me a brush, and I don't know where it is. It was literally in my pile of stuff, and I'm sure as soon as I do this, I'll find it, but I just need to move this along because I'm like taking my sweet time. So I like to put powder under my eyes because I want to set my under eyes. And I will say the Milk Skin Tint is pretty dewy, but it's dried down now. And the Double Wear Concealer is definitely a more like matte or like natural finish. So I think this is setting it down quite fine. I don't usually set my entire face, but maybe that's something I can think about doing. I don't know, we'll see. So I usually just put a little bit. I'm not like a big powder person because I don't really like live in a very warm climate. And right now it's like quite cold outside. So I usually just set like around my eyes, around my mouth, and my nose. But again, my nose is like really sensitive right now. So I don't know. It seems like a fine powder. Just like wearing it throughout the day will be the test for me. So I'll keep you guys posted. And I'll definitely try and update you guys in my description box or maybe even in a pinned comment if I have any major thoughts. But so far, it's fine. So technically, this isn't super new, but I do love to wear a cream bronzer every time I do my makeup. So I'm just going to use a little bit of this Physicians Formula Duo that I picked up from the drugstore. And then I just use a brush. This is the Scott Barnes brush, and just kind of blend it out really quick. But I do have a new powder blush I want to try, so I'm just going through the steps that I always go through. Okay, for bronzer, I have something a little bit more high-end. This is the Forever Nude Bronzer from Dior, and I was really curious about this. I don't think I've ever tried a bronzer from Dior before. I do love the Chanel Cream Bronzer, but I don't have a lot of luxurious bronzers, and I wasn't really sure about this shade, but I did grab the shade Intense, which I think was the deeper shade, and I was so confused because they had 4 shades on Sephora, and then I went on the Dior site, and then they had 4 more shades. So from what I could understand, Sephora had just the matte version, and then Dior had also like an extra 4 shades that were shimmer, but this is the darkest shade in the shimmer. If I'm saying anything wrong, I will correct myself on the screen, but I'm kind of excited because I do love a bronzer with a little bit of glow to it, but the most important thing is the color. So we'll see, and I like this HD bronzer brush from Sigma. Oh my god, I feel like I'm just about to like dig into a really fancy cake. Okay, we loaded up the brush. Can we see anything? Is my life being changed right now? It's cute. I mean, I like a subtle bronze. I don't like to have like a super harsh like bronzer because I like it to look like just a little bit darker than my actual skin tone. But this looks really cute. I like the glow it's giving me. So yeah, that's cool. It's definitely more of like a, I don't know, I don't want to call it like a baked formula, but it's not as like powdery as like the YSL bronzer. So yeah, so far I really feel quite cute. So yeah, that's a new bronzer to me. Then I did get this blush, which I did show in a video. I can't remember which one, but it was my last one that I was trying out new makeup, and I bought one of the Saie blushes, and the shade is so pretty. So I thought I'd use it again because I posted about these being out on Sephora, and people were like, oh, I hope you bought the shade Ciao. And I was like, yeah, I did. But I don't think anybody realized that maybe it was a new blush that I was trying in the video because I kind of made it about the eyeshadow palette. So let me just show you again. This is so pretty. I think this packaging is like really cheap. So I'm a little bit bummed about that. But it's also like not the most expensive blush. Nothing about this is like unique, okay? Let's just get that straight. It's just a beautiful baked blush. I mean, I'm sure somebody out there is sitting and comparing this to every other like Milani baked blush that they own, and I probably could dupe this, but all of that aside, because I'm pretty sure there's a dupe for everything at this point, this is a really pretty color. I like the formula. Packaging definitely leaves a lot to be desired. But as far as being a good blush, yeah, it's a good blush. It's cute. It's cute, it's cute, it's cute. And if you're wondering, like, should I buy this at full price or should I wait for a sale? I would say it's definitely worth buying. I would just say wait for a sale. Unless you're like, oh my god, I only have one blush and I'm out of said one blush and now I need a new blush, then sure, go ahead. Knock yourself out. But if you can wait and you can get it on a sale, I would just say wait and get it on a sale. But all of these products are working so beautifully together. I love it. And then for highlighter today, I did get a fun package from Rare Beauty. They just launched 2 newer shades of their liquid luminizer. So I talked about this in a new makeup video. So we have Reveal and Exhilarate. I haven't found the shade Reveal, but I think it's like a darker bronzy shade. Let me see actually if I can find it. That was silly of me. I should have done that. Oh, here it is. That is stunning. Honestly, Does it not look like lava? I don't know that I could, I mean, I could probably work that on my face. It would probably be more like a blush highlighter. And then this is the lighter shade called Exhilarate. So I'm really pumped to try this on as my highlighter today. So I'm just gonna use a brush though. I don't feel like going directly onto my face with that doe foot. Did they change? They changed this? Am I crazy? I'm like, wait, didn't Rare Beauty have a, didn't they have a dropper? Or have I just actually lost my mind? It's very possible. I've been very ill. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, that's cute. I was wondering if it would be too light, but it's just like a pretty like champagne shade. So yeah, that's the new shade Exhilarate, and then we have the shade Reveal as well. This is so pretty. Okay, so basically everything is done. I just need to throw on some brows and some eyeshadow primer, and then we can test out the palette. I hope listening to me ramble was worth it, because we made it to the eyeshadow portion of this video. I have the Fairytale Europe palette from Nomad Cosmetics. This is their newest launch. It's going to be available on Monday night in the Central Time Zone, and it's going to be Tuesday at midnight if you are in the Eastern Time Zone. But I'm so excited because this is so beautiful, and we're gonna get into swatches and stuff. I will say Nomad has just like really upped it on the packaging. So we've got this like beautiful holographic like background, and then the castle is raised on the actual palette. I was wondering if you could actually like flip this open because the word Nomad is behind it. So I think they did such a cute job on this, and oh my gosh, the detail is so beautiful. And then on the mirror, it says, "Mirror, mirror on the wall, who is the fairest of all?" So love that. And it's basically themed after fairy tales of Europe. So let me go ahead and show you guys my close-ups, show you guys my swatches, and just chat a little bit about it. There's also this really cute little booklet. It's actually the fairy tales that I believe each of the shades kind of like represent. And so there's like a little intro from Felicia and Anthony, who are the owners of Nomad. And basically, yeah, they just started this brand as a travel themed brand. And so on the back of the booklet, it says the palette is a dazzling spectrum of princess shimmers designed for mixing and matching, balanced with versatile neutrals, creating the perfect base for a sparkling look. 6 light to deep mattes, 9 Belle of the Ball shimmers, and 3 magical multichromes. The destination is princess castles and storybook settings. Once upon a time in a European land far, far away, a place full of romantic castles, storybook landscapes, and adorable woodland animals, the enchanting tales of Cinderella, Snow White, and others come to life in these magical destinations. From Spain, that originally inspired Disney, to Sleeping Beauty's castle in Germany, come with us, explore the inspiration for your favorite fairy tale, and celebrate a world of happily ever afters. The cause this time is going to be the UNESCO World Heritage Center, and this helps preserve heritage sites around the world, like the inspiring European castles. And I will say, as somebody that's from Sri Lanka, very familiar with UNESCO, we've got a few World Heritage sites as well. And if you don't know this, it's my lifelong goal that Nomad Cosmetics someday makes a Sri Lanka palette, because I just know they would love it. I actually don't think I've ever asked if they've been there. I feel like I can maybe internet bully them and eventually it'll happen. And I know Felicia watches some of my videos, so maybe she'll see this one and hear me. And maybe I should start a petition. I don't know, but I think it would be amazing. So anyways, I hope you guys are enjoying the close-ups and swatches. And then let me just tell you a little bit about the shades, because they do look so beautiful. So when I swatched this, I swatched it how I thought it kind of made sense to me. So I swatched the mattes together because honestly, I don't feel like they need to take up that much room in the world. So we have, like they said, the lightest to the deepest, like neutral matte shades. And then we've got the beautiful shimmers. So the first shade is called First Kiss, which is a beautiful pink. It's just like a baby pink shade. Then we've got Fairy Godmother, which is like a brighter pink. Prince Charming is beautiful, like yellowy gold green. Wicked Fairy is beautiful purple. And then we've got the shade Love Story, which is a beautiful icy blue, like Cinderella blue. Magic Spell is a beautiful, like grungy green, almost like a black. And then we've got Snow White, which I believe is a multi-chrome shade. It's very shifty. I can see pink. I can see a little bit of peach, a little bit of aqua. And then we have Cinderella. Oh, okay. That's a plot twist because it's like a pinky shade. We've got Belle, which is a beautiful yellow, of course. Signature. Sleeping Beauty is like a holo shade. And then we've got Snow Queen, which is a beautiful blue. And then Little Mermaid is a gorgeous bright red. And yeah, then we have the neutral shades. I will say two things. First of all, the embossings are so cute on the palette. Like, I did not want to swatch it because the embossings were so cute. So if you are a Disney lover or just like a lover of fairy tales, you will really love that. I am a girl mom, so I've just been like thrusted into the world of Disney. I did not grow up with it, so it's very fun for me now as an adult. But again, this is not a Disney palette. It is a European fairy tale palette. And the other thing is the formula of the shimmers feels lovely. I know sometimes Nomad's shimmers can be like really, really, really hard pressed. These ones are definitely softer pressed. They're way easier to pick up, so I'm curious to see how they'll pick up on a brush. I will say if you have oily eyelids, I'll be curious to hear what your thoughts are because they do feel a little bit like silicone-y. So you're probably going to need to like prime your eyes for that, but I don't usually have trouble with eyeshadow sticking to my lids, so we'll see how it goes. I did use the Milk Makeup Hydro Grip Primer because I have the Hydro Grip foundation on, so I figured I'd use the primer that goes with it. I think I've provided enough disclaimer, so let's dive into a look. The fun thing right now with me testing eyeshadow palettes is I very, very recently filmed my eyeshadow palette collection video. So I feel like a lot of my palettes, like my collections from other brands, are like very fresh in my mind. And I feel like the Nomad palettes, like I did declutter some, I think. And this palette reminds me a little bit of their Tokyo palette, which I never really like, I bought, but I never really like dug into. Like I said I would, I never really like got into it as much. So I think this is like a fun take on like pastels and just like more soft shades. And I love that they have like a haunted Europe and like a fairy tale Europe kind of like juxtaposition in their lineup. I think that'll be really fun for people to play with. I want to compare the two palettes at the end because I think that'll be fun, especially if you have the Haunted Europe palette. Maybe you could do some mixing and matching because the one thing I will say, and this is what makes the palette different, right? This is what makes somebody want to probably pick up this palette is that I am not a big fan of neutral shadows with colorful shimmer shades, but you know, they wanted to do a twist, and I get that. I totally get that. So it's not my palette. It's not how I would do it, but I get it. And remember the days when that's all there was neutral mattes, and then you'd just do like a pop of shimmer on the lid, and I'm like, this is awful. I hate this. I always wanted like colorful mattes, so I'm curious to compare, but I just took the shade, oh gosh, Nutrition Mahorg. This one, I put it in the crease and now I'm blending it out with this one. I think they actually named all the matte shadows after castles. And I am not going to try to do this right now because I'm sure this video is already far too long. So I'm just going to point to the shades I'm using if I can't pronounce the name. I don't want to be one of those people that's just like, I don't know how to say it because I have made an attempt now to actually Google how to say things. But for the sake of time, I have to cut my time and use it efficiently. Also, guys, listen, talk me in or out of cutting my hair. Like, I'm so ready to chop it. Like, I want so badly to have long hair, but I feel like the way we're going, it's not getting cute. Like, I'm not spending the time to make it look cute. So should I just chop it? Like, let me know what you think. Weigh in on the comments. Because right now I'm so indecisive. I'm like, you know you're going to regret it if you cut it. And then the other half of me is like, so freaking what? Like, then you can grow it again. And then I'm like, but will it grow? Because I feel like the reason my hair really took off was after I was like pregnant. And like, I think the prenatals really like gave it a boost. And now it's not growing because I'm not on prenatals anymore. But I mean, maybe one of you out there knows more about this than me, so I'd be curious. Okay, so I really want to put the Little Mermaid shade all over my lid. I think that's pretty much it. That's pretty much it for me. I was thinking I could do like a gradient, but I really don't want to. I just want to put Little Mermaid all over the lid. So you're gonna pat. Oh yeah, this is so pretty. Such a pretty red. And Little Mermaid's embossing as a trident. It's so cute. So you should be watching this video on Saturday, I believe. And I want to know what you guys are doing this weekend. What plans you have. Definitely let me know in the comments because I'm nosy. I'm probably on my way to taking my kid to her dance class. Her dad actually took her last week because they always do the craft project at, I can't remember which store, but they always do that together on Saturdays. And so I didn't get to take her last week because he just took her afterwards. But this week I get to go, so I'm excited about that. But I don't know, it probably looks crazy, but I kind of love it. And I don't think I'm going to deepen up the outer corner or anything. I'm just going to leave it be, and I'm just going to take a little bit of the black and just run it right here on the edges. Just want to bring some like contrast. You know how like after you get sick, like nothing feels good, like nothing looks good? That's kind of how I feel about my skin right now. So it's a terrible time to like really say like first impressions on anything skin related, but you know, what are you gonna do? I do feel really pretty. It's just that when I look at my skin in the mirror, I'm like, ooh, that's what my foundation looks like. But it's because my skin's all like jacked up from being sick. So anyway, this is the vibe. I wasn't really sure what I was gonna do. I threw on a berry lip because I was like, I'll probably use the pink shades. Anyways, I'm gonna line the waterline quick and do something with the lower lash line. I'm gonna probably just finish this look off camera, and I'll be right back to show you guys how it all came together. Okay, friends, so here is the finished look. I feel like such a glowy goddess right now, and nobody can tell me that these aren't the perfect earrings for the theme of this palette. I was gonna grab some coffee cup earrings, and I was like, oh, those almost look like the rose from Beauty and the Beast. Just roll with the fantasy, okay? Anyways, so this is the finished look. I really like how it turned out. Let's go ahead and talk about everything, and I can give you guys my quick first impression thoughts. Disclaimer, I feel like I look really pretty, but on the inside, I feel like butts. So take it with a grain of salt, okay? I think that overall, if it was any other day, I probably really enjoy all of this makeup, but right now it just feels like nothing is gonna cover and perfect how dry and yucky my skin feels. But overall, I do think this is really pretty. I think that, again, my skin looks really like healthy, glowy, covers up most of my imperfections, but still doesn't look like I have a chunky, heavy, cakey foundation on. So yeah, I have a lot of hope for this product. Maybe this will be my go-to skin tint. I'm trying to see if it says here actually where this is made. I can't quite tell. Oh, it says it's made in the USA with a 12-month shelf life. So that's cool. I really like this packaging. Definitely makes it like convenient for putting in your makeup bag. I need to film my Shop My Stash. I haven't done that for February. I feel like January and February are basically 1 month. Does anybody else feel that way? So yeah, so far I like this. Obviously, it's my first time trying it. And same with the concealer. I think both of these together work great. Is it cheating to use a really full coverage concealer when you're using a skin tint? I don't really know. I think though everything came together really nicely. So happy with that. Honestly, the powder, I think I just need to wear more powder. I'm not really a powder girl, like I've already said. So I don't really know that this is like the best powder out there, but I will continue to use it. As far as I can tell, it did set my under eyes really well and my skin feels nice and set there. So time will tell. I will try and update you guys as much as I can in the description box or in the comments. I'm not always great at that, but I will try. And then I actually had a sample of this Bounce from Benefit, and I think the like trick to this or the gimmick of this mascara is the wand. I will say I don't really like this wand. It's too complicated, and maybe if I had more length I could like use it easier, but since it's such a stumpy little sample, it's a little scary to try and get close to your lashes with this. So I didn't really end up using this fully. I switched to my Monsieur Big, which I'm like trying to use up a lot of my mascara backups because my like mascara backup drawer is insane. So yeah, I've been just using that. It's a little bit of an older mascara, but it's still good. Still got it. You know what I'm saying? And then as far as my bronzer and highlight and blush, I really like it. I'm very excited to continue playing with this Dior bronzer. I think the shade works for me. If you're darker than me though, I don't know. But I will, like I said, double check and let you know if there are any shades darker than that or if that is the darker shade. Either which way, I was curious, so I wanted to try it. And I really like the Saie blush, so I'm happy I have it. I don't know if I'd buy more shades. There weren't really any shades that I was super interested in. I just love a good neutral blush, so I went for it, and my nose is running, so it's really a struggle. It's really a struggle today, but yeah, such a pretty blush shade, and the highlighter is beautiful as well. So overall, really loving all of that. And then I just wanted to tell you guys about my lip combo. So I started off with the e.l.f. lip liner, and this is like in a plummy shade, and I paired it with the lip oil from Rare Beauty. This is in the shade Affection. I thought those were really cute together, and then I just wanted to make it more neutral, less berry. So I just threw this on top. This is the shade Iconic Photo from MAC, and I think it's beautiful. So I kind of turned it into like a brownie berry shade. Works for me. I also bought myself a new lash curler because my old one was getting a little bit tired. So I bought the Shiseido one, which I'm pretty sure I've owned a Shiseido one before. I have no idea what brand this one's from, and I really need to clean it, but I just don't want to deal with that right now. But I bought a new one, and yeah, it's honestly really nice to have a new lash curler. So I got the Shiseido one. It's just the best selling one at Sephora. But if you guys have a must try lash curler recommendation, definitely let me know. I would really like to try the one from Tower 28 and the BK Beauty one. But BK Beauty is not sold at Sephora, and Tower 28 does not sell their lash curler on the Sephora website. So I'm going to have to place separate orders for that, and I just wasn't really wanting to, and usually I like to have free shipping at least, so maybe I'll keep an eye out and eventually get my hands on one of those. Anyways, let's go ahead and chat about the palette. I honestly had a lot of fun swatching this palette. I think it's beautiful. I feel like it looks very colorful, but realistically, it's a primary color palette. Because we've got red, we've got blue, we've got yellow, and we do have a few pinky shades which honestly I feel like most people really enjoy wearing pinks on their eyes. And I did end up using the shade Snow White on my inner corner. That multi-chrome is banging. It looks so beautiful in the inner corner, very fiery. So I love the vibe. I think it would pair with all of these shades so beautifully, and also just on the lid by itself it would be beautiful. So overall I really enjoyed this. I think this is a fun palette if you want some colorful shadows to play with, or if you just want your like everyday staple neutral shadows, you could do that, and then you could just pop on one of these more neutral, safe options, if you want to call it, eyeshadows for your day-to-day. And then you can play with the colors when you're feeling more adventurous. I think I am very partial to the theme of this palette. It's just so girly and sweet, and I just love that. And I did grab my Haunted Europe, so I'm just going to show you guys a quick comparison of the two so you can see them side by side. So yeah, they're not really that much alike, but it's just fun. I think you could easily have both. Okay, I think I'm gonna have to cut it short because my voice is going, but I hope you enjoyed this rambly what's new in makeup style video. I will try and link everything down below for you guys. And like I said, the Nomad palette is launching Monday night if you're in the Central Time Zone, and you can use my code KHMAKEUP to save on the Nomad website. That is an affiliate code, so I will make a small commission, and I'm super appreciative. Anytime you guys use any of my codes, it really helps me out. I think that's everything. I hope you guys are having a wonderful weekend, and I will see you in another video very, very soon. If you have a little bit more time, hang out and check out some of my other recent uploads.